In this video, we are going to go through some revision notes for EDEXCEL-Math Cambridge IGCSE for topic 12 for examinations in 2024 and 2025. So this is our first proper topic in the algebra section after covering up the foundations of algebra. Starting off with simplifying expressions. So what is simplification by the definition? Simplification is making an algebraic expression shorter by combining like terms to their maximum possible. So you're going to be given algebraic expressions that contain many like terms, but they're going to be really long. So simplification is the process of making this really long expression much shorter by combining all these like terms together. We're going to have a look at how to do this. These like terms mean any multiples of the same variables or same combination of variables. The first step is collect like terms into groups and then simplify the like terms in each group, multiply the numbers first and then the letters. Because you're going to have numbers in like terms, you're going to have letters in like terms. So always work with the numbers first, then with the letters. Let's have a look at some examples. The first example is very simple. 3t squared times 4t. So what are the like terms here? You have two numbers and you have two variables. So put them together in different groups. Put the numbers on one side, the letters on the other side. 3 times 4 in brackets and t squared times t in brackets. Now simplify. 3 times 4 is 12 and t squared times t is t cubed. So 12t cubed. Sorry, I don't have my pencil in this video, so I cannot be using or drawing for any reference. The next example is a bit longer. 7x squared minus 3y minus 6z plus 2x squared plus 3z minus y plus w plus 9. Now it looks really complicated, but it's very simple. The first thing, just look at all the like terms, what is like together, and just combine all like terms. 7x squared and 2x squared, like terms in one side. 3y minus y in one side. Negative 6z plus 3z, one side. Plus w plus 9. These are the terms that are non-alike. They don't have any identical term with it, so we keep them on the other side with together. Now simplify. 7x squared plus 2x squared is 9x squared, plus 3y minus y is 2y, negative 6z plus 3z is negative 3z, and plus w plus 9. This is the simplest it can get. So you see, we're not solving the equation or the expression, we're just simplifying it, meaning making it from long to short by combining like terms. That is simplification. Expanding single brackets. So what do we mean by expand by definition? Expand is multiply everything inside the brackets by what is outside the brackets. A minus sign on its own in front of the bracket means a negative 1. So sometimes you might see a negative sign just outside the bracket. This is actually another way of writing negative 1. Examples. So again, multiply everything inside the brackets with what's outside the brackets. Rule is very simple. 2m plus 3. Sorry, 2 brackets m plus 3. So multiply 2 by inside. 2 times m is 2m. 2 times 3 plus 6. 2m plus 6. We're not going to solve all the examples here, but you can solve them and go through them. I'm just going to go through some tough ones here, and I'm going to leave the easy ones for you to understand and solve them by yourself. 4e brackets 3e minus 5 minus 2e brackets e minus 7. So multiply, first work with the first half of the equation. 4e times 3e is 12e squared. 4e times minus 5 minus 20e. Work with the other side. Negative 2 times e, negative 2e squared. Negative 2 times negative 7e plus 14e. This is, now combine like terms, 10e squared minus 6e. You can solve the rest by yourself, as I think you've gotten the idea. Simple factorization. What do we mean by factorization by definition? Factorization is putting an expression back into brackets. So it is technically the opposite of expansion. Take out or factor out the common factors in every term of the expression and then put the remaining ones back in the brackets. For example, 6t plus 9m. Basically, we are reversing what it was, okay, before. So we're going to factorize it by putting it back into its original form, which we were solving with before. Before, we were working with 3 in the brackets 2t plus 3m, and we had to multiply with the variables on the inside and outside to get 6t plus 9m. Now we're doing the reverse. We have to convert 6t plus 9m into its original form. So have a look at the common factors in every term of the expression, and whatever is remaining, keep it outside the brackets. 6t plus 9m is 3 and 2t plus 3m. 8ab minus 4bc is 4b outside and 2a minus c, because 4 times 2 is 8, b times a is ab. 4b times negative c is negative 4bc. Expanding double brackets. To expand double brackets, we're going to be using the FOIL method. The FOIL method stands for F first, multiply the first terms in each bracket. O outside, multiply the first term in first bracket and first term in second bracket. I inside, multiply second term in first bracket and first term in second bracket. L last, multiply last term in each bracket. Simplify the final answer by collecting like terms if any remain. Examples. Now, you don't have to memorize the FOIL method by that definition and letters. To be honest, I find that really hard. The easiest way is just when you have two brackets, just multiply the first number by everything in the other brackets, then multiply the second variable or number by everything in the other brackets. You get it? So the first one here is x multiplied by x and 4. The first one here is 3 multiplied by x and 4. So whatever is in the first brackets, one by one, just multiply everything but in the other brackets. So x times x, x squared, x times 4, 4x, 3 times x, 3x, 3 times 4, 12. You're going to get x squared plus 4x plus 3x plus 12. Combine like terms, x squared plus 7x plus 12. That's going to give you a quadratic formula. Expand 2t plus 3, 3t plus 1. 2t times 3t, 6t squared. 2t times 1, 2t. 3 times 3t, 9t. 3 times 1, 3. Simplify. 6t squared plus 11t plus 3. Again, quadratic formula. Quadratic expression. Quadratic expression is an expression in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0. So a cannot be 0 in this expression. Quadratic expression is always in the form ax squared plus bx plus c or x squared plus bx plus c, but a can never be 0 if it is a monic quadratic expression. Why? Because we have two types of quadratic expressions, monic and non-monic. Monic quadratic expression is an expression where a is equal to 1. Example, x squared minus 2x minus 1. You will not find a. Non-monic is when a is not equal to 1. So you will find the value of a. 2x squared minus 2x minus 8. First, let's look at how to factorize monic by inspection. Using inspection, we're going to be using the product and sum rule. You need two numbers that give a sum of b and a product of c. For example, factorize x squared plus 7x plus 12. You need two numbers that give you a product of 12 and a sum of 7. These two numbers are 3 and 4. 3 plus 4 is 7, 3 times 4 is 12. So x plus 3 and x plus 4. Second example, x squared minus 2x minus 8. Two numbers that give you a product of 8 and a sum of 2. Sorry, negative 2. Plus 2 minus 4. Plus 2 times minus 4 is negative 8, and plus 2 plus minus 4 is negative 2. If c is equal to 0, then you take out the common factor. So for example, x squared plus 8x is going to be x bracket x plus 8. You factor out the common factor because there is no c. And if b is equal to 0, then you use the rule of difference between two squares. X squared minus 9 is x plus 3, x minus 3. X squared minus 81 is x minus 9, x plus 9. 25x squared minus 36, 5x minus 6, 5x plus 6. So you use difference of two squares. To factorize non-monic, you use the calculator. So first, open mod 53 on your calculator, type in your expression, number of values, and press equal. Take all the answers given by the calculator in their opposite sign. If the answer is in fraction, move the denominator out and make it the coefficient of the variable and add or subtract it to the numerator. If you did not understand this, let me explain it in a bit detailed manner. First, open your calculator. If you have your calculator around with you right now, go and grab your calculator. Open mode 5.3 on your calculator. Once you see mode 5.3 is opened on your calculator, type in your question. Once your question is typed in, press equal and find your answer. You're gonna press equal 2 times, for the first half of the answer and for the second half of the answer. From here then, whatever the answer is, if it is, let's say, x plus 3, you're gonna use the opposite sign and you're gonna take it as x minus 3. If it's 2x minus 5, you're gonna take it with the opposite sign and use 2x plus 5, okay? But if your answer is in a fraction, then you move the denominator out into the coefficient of x, and you use the opposite sign, whether it's addition or subtraction, onto the numerator. So for example, if you get x1 is equal to 2 over 3, then you take 3, put it as a coefficient of x, and minus 2. So if you get x1 is equal to 2 over 3, it's going to be 3x minus 2 in your answer. For example, 2x squared plus 5x plus 2. Plug this in your calculator, you're going to get the answer. Press equal 2 times for the first and second half of the answer and just use the opposite sign. In the calculator, you're going to get 2x minus 1, you put 2x plus 1. If you get x minus 2, you put x plus 2. So that's basically the idea. If you need another detailed explanation on how to actually or practically use the calculator to perform this calculation, let me know in the comments below and I'll make another separate video just on how to solve this on the calculator. Simplifying 3 brackets. So this is basically the exact same thing as FOIL, but you just have one more extra bracket. So you first use FOIL between any 2 brackets of your choice, then use FOIL with the 3rd bracket. Finally, combine all like terms into simplest form. So this is very simple. You just have a look. You have 3 brackets. Choose any 2 brackets and use FOIL between them. You're going to get an answer. Then use FOIL with that new bracket that you just got and the last 3rd bracket. Your answer, combine like terms and simplify it to its simplest form. Algebraic fractions rule. We have 4 rules: cancelling, multiplication, division, and addition and subtraction. Cancelling is when you have common in the numerator and denominator, you cancel them out. So a over c and a over d is common, you cancel each other out, because again 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1, cancels. So your answer is c over d. Multiplication, multiply numerator with numerator and denominator with denominator. So a times c is ac, b times d is bd. Division, you use KCF, keep the first fraction, change the sign, and flip the last one, take the reciprocal of the last fraction. Addition and subtraction, you have to make the denominator the same of both fractions, then you keep the denominator same with the operation and perform the addition or subtraction operation on the numerators of the fraction. After that, simplify into its simplest form. Here are some examples. 3 over x plus 2 over x minus 1. This is addition, so we have to make the denominator the same. Multiply up and down and the right side by 2 and x minus 1, and the left side by 3. You're going to get 3x minus 1 plus 2x over x times x minus 1. Let's have a look at some complex examples here. 4x squared minus 25 over 8x squared minus 22 plus 5. So this is quadratic formulas on your numerator and denominator. It's very easy to solve them. You don't have to do any complex calculations. Just factorize both up and down, and that is your answer. Factorize the upper part first. 4x squared minus 25. As you can see, b is not present. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna use a difference of 2 squares. So 2x minus 5, 2x plus 5. Below, 8x squared minus 22 plus 5. You're gonna use product and sum rule, or you can actually use the calculator on mode 5.3. Taking the opposite sign, you're gonna get 2x minus 5 and 4x minus 1. The second example, On the numerator, 6x squared plus x minus 2, you're gonna use mode 5-3 on the calculator and take the answers in the opposite sign. In the denominator, as you can see, again, b is absent, so you're gonna use difference of two squares. 9x squared minus 4 is 3x minus 2 and 3x plus 2. The last example, if you want, you can actually try solving that by yourself and just recheck with the answer written there if it is correct. That is it for this topic 12. And if you have any questions, again, I'll be more than happy to answer them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.